Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, The Wise James. This is part 2 of reacting to Wesley Winter's video, The British Revolution, Unite the Kingdom Explodes. This is part 2. I did do a part 1 already, but I was very hungover. Or drunk, I can't remember which one. And I wasn't in the best of moods. And I don't think Wesley deserved me in that state. So I'm in a lot better mood now. I was very busy over the weekend, so sorry it's taken so long. Let's get into it. Obviously, I've done the first 22 minutes of this video, so if you want to see that, you'll have to see part 1 of on my channel. If you do like Wesley content, subscribe to his channel, like his videos, whatever. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe to my channel, like my videos. Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Here's the support for Tommy. So let's try to get ahead. We are just about to go over Westminster Bridge. We've got Big Ben just ahead of us. It is packed. We've got a guy on the bus stop. He's loving it. You hear the helicopter in the sky. We do have VAR, as in every other protest. But wow, guys, it is a sight right now. We can't really see what's going on ahead of us much. It is packed to the brim.
I might have to deal with some...
Dominic from Poland.
I do apologise, but I'm going to have to quickly check this trolls here. I get a lot of trolls these days, as we all do.
We have Tommy just here in the middle. We have Anne Middleton, future mayor of London. We have a lot of people here, guys. They are out and about. People travel from all over the world, guys. I met people from New Zealand earlier. They are coming in numbers, guys. I think this movement is a Western movement. It's not just about the UK today. It's a global movement, and we are seeing it. We are seeing it here.
Push back now! Thank you!
Okay. We are here, guys. Everyone's here.
I can't stand seeing the Christians trying to hijack the anti-immigration movement to try and push Christianity on people. Like, it's no different to trans people going in schools pushing trans ideology on people than Christians in this crowd trying to use the immigration problem to push Christianity on people. Literally, Reform and GB News do it every single day. Every single day. But they don't practice what they preach, because one of the main rules of Christianity is love thy neighbour. Jesus was also Jewish, and, well, the fact that Christians think they can use major political issues to try and push their ideology on you is no different to trans people using the current climate of things to push their ideology on kids, so there's more trans people in the future. Christians are doing the same now because they know Christianity is dying out. They've got less and less members than ever. In fact, Christianity is literally at its worst recorded followers in history, realistically, in terms of the whole population. And so they're now trying to use issues like this to push Christianity on people. They also go into schools trying to push Christianity on kids. Like, it's no different.
We have the message, remigration now. That is the message. We have remigration. Okay. So, guys, that is the message. We have remigration now on the banner, as you'll see here. All right, guys, let's get ahead a bit.
Remigration? What does remigration mean? What does that... Surely it would be demigration, not remigration. Because if you're remigrating them, you're just passing off the problem to another country. You're going to do exactly what a country has done to us to another country. But if you're demigrating them, you're undoing what was done instead of redoing what was done to you. You lot are thick, man. I swear, some of you Reform voters are thick as fuck.
It is getting a bit pushy and shovey, so we're going to keep moving. Cheers, mate. So,
imagine having to be an English person who has to explain the meaning of English words to people, but none of you think I understand English, because if you're from down south, I sound like a northerner, and if you're in the north, I sound like a southerner. So no one really truly understands me, so thinks I don't know what I'm talking about. Delusion! Woohoo!
yeah, your hope how's it going, right, guys? It's getting a bit pushy and shovey back there. We will try to speak to...
Bit argy-bargy, come on, Wes. Come on. You gotta say it right, mate. A bit argy-bargy.
some of the speakers later on throughout the day, and we also will go on to the other side as well. But currently, guys, it is absolutely jam-packed. They've got their flags, they're coming in, the troops are coming. Hey, we have the British land. How are we doing, buddy? How are we doing? Yeah. What are your thoughts on today?
I can't hear you.
What are your thoughts on today so far?
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
I walked across Waterloo Bridge and I looked over at the next bridge about a mile along and saw all the flags, and I was thinking, I've come to the wrong place.
Yeah.
But the line must have been like 2 miles long, full of people. It's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
And obviously, you've been talking about what's happening in the country. What's your kind of take on it? Why do you think today's so important?
Do you know, I think it was already important because this is a free speech event, right?
Agreed. Everyone there has their right to free speech, and I'm very glad you've used it. It wasn't used to hate people. You know, you're standing up for British people, British values, and I can respect that. I just think you're blaming the wrong people. Like, you're blaming the migrants rather than the people in power of the migration system. So say your kid's school was failing, you wouldn't blame the kids, would you? You'd blame the head teacher. If you were at a hospital and something went wrong, you wouldn't be blaming the patients. You'd be blaming the doctors and the owner of the hospital. So I just don't understand how, when the immigration system is failing, we're blaming the immigrants instead of those people in charge of the immigration system, which is the government. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
But after seeing what happened to Charlie Kirk just a couple of days ago, I think it's just upped the ante massively because...
Yeah, I agree. It would have changed things a bit. But yesterday, a Reform councillor was suspended for making death threats to the Prime Minister and has not been arrested or charged yet. And I've seen loads of right-wing people saying that was okay. They were glad about it. Just saying what we're all thinking, sort of thing. So they were okay with threats of violence towards the British Prime Minister from a Reform political member just because they supported Reform. So this isn't some... as much as the right wing have tried to frame it as a left wing issue, I mean, I'm a centrist. You're all just as bad as each other to me. But it just goes to show that the right stays silent when there's violence against the left, and the left stays silent when there's violence against the right. Although, to be fair, the left didn't stay silent. They were all laughing on social media and being idiots. Being proper idiots.
What you then have is one of the biggest proponents of free speech being shot for doing exactly that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think you've probably seen even bigger crowds come out today after what happened to Charlie, and quite right as well.
And why do you think this almost nationalistic point of view is coming to the mainstream now? A lot of people, you can take freedom of speech, but they're not afraid to voice, how they feel about their country now. They're standing up for it.
Yeah, I think it's long since passed, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's been done to this country over the past 20, 30, arguably 50 or 60 years is absolutely awful. So I think people have just had enough of it. They know that if they continue staying silent, it's not going to get better.
All right, guys. Just move.
We get pushing.
I'll catch you later, mate.
Is that a Sam Fender shirt?
All right, guys.
No.
Just move.
I can't really read it. Never surrender. Good shirt, sir. Good shirt. Very good. Very good.
We get pushing.
I'll catch you later, mate.
We'll catch you in a bit. We're making our way to the main stage, guys. There's going to be speakers just ahead, as you'll see over here. They've kind of stopped at the Portaloo. Maybe someone's gone for a piss, we don't know. But let's just chill here for a bit, guys, and take a break. But at the minute, guys, wow, it is going to be electric. I can't imagine what the crowd is like just past all this bit here.
United Kingdom, let's go!
Watch it later! Right, guys, it's just about to start. And wow, people are flooding in the droves. How are we doing?
Wow.
Wow, too late. Guys, look at it.
Yeah, it must be crazy for you, Wes, right? Me and you are completely different, right? Because when I make a video and post it on YouTube, maybe like 100 to maybe 1,500 people will watch it, right? And maybe 500 people on my Facebook will watch it. Maybe 2,000 on TikTok will watch it. Maybe another 1,000 from other sources. But when you post a video, right? Let's have a look. Okay, 2 days ago, and you've got 250,000 views, and I can guarantee half of them are people from Britain, at least, right? So when you're walking around, like, people get to see you in the light that you have portrayed yourself in, right? Whereas I'm having to spend hours every day logging who I am, my behaviour, what I believe, just to undo the lies told about me by my own family for 20 years. Like, I know it sounds stupid, right? But because my own family told a load of bullshit about me to the local community and whole country, basically, for 20 years, it means that I now have to undo people's false beliefs about me by showing them who I really am. And it's going to take a lot of effort. I mean, I don't know when you started doing your videos, Wesley, but you're doing very well. I think one of the reasons why I'm doing so badly is because I smoke. People don't want to see someone smoking, I guess, but I would think that that wouldn't be the reason. So let's have a look. Let's look at your videos quickly, because I've been following you for a while and reacting for a while now. I want to see how it all started. So your first video was swimming in a Chinese city of 6 million. It got more views than any video I've ever had on YouTube. Although I have got more views than some of your first videos. In fact, your first videos are all very similar to mine. Your first big video was Unexpected Reality of Chinese Football. I would love to go and see a Chinese football game. That'd be legendary. I see. I see. So really, I just need to keep going, don't I? I just need to keep going, and eventually I might make a video good enough, because I've already made more videos than you've ever made in your entire YouTube account. So, but I'm trying to do things differently to you guys. I'm not trying to be a journalist, you know. I'm trying to be a presenter. Different. But let's get back to the video.
It is absolutely flooded here at the minute. You hear the chants, guys? Wow. So we've got screens everywhere. Yeah, you can't even see the stage from here. But wow, look at this, guys. This is huge. Guys, we will go to the other side very soon. It's going to be a long walk to get there, but we'll do that very, very soon. But look at this, guys. It is absolutely packed. Look at it. This has got to be like the biggest one we've ever seen, hands down. Let's see it, mate. Look at everyone coming in. As we head to the counter-protesters, just before we do, one criticism you'll hear about today is how the mainstream media covers these stories. That's why it's really important to have sources that you can rely on. That's why I partnered with Straight Arrow News for this video. Straight Arrow News can help you find the straight facts from the left, right, and centre, and sift through the media bias. I can just go onto my phone, and on their app, using their media mist tool, you can identify what the mainstream media are not covering.
Wow, this is the first paid advertisement I've seen in your videos, Wes. And I'm fairly sure that you should be saying that it is a paid advertisement, and you must have accidentally not clicked that button. Because it should be saying it's a paid advertisement. Maybe it does, I just missed it. Yeah, you guys need to be careful, because it doesn't say it includes a paid advertisement, but you're obviously advertising something. You guys need to be really careful. I don't want to see you guys get in trouble, you know. I'm not going to report you, don't worry. But if someone else reports you, you do realise like the video might get taken down. You could get demonetized. And also, I see this same thing being promoted on every basically political show. And what it allows them to do is to dictate the opinion of the left, the opinion of the right, and the opinion of the centre. They don't speak for anyone, but they're trying to make you think they do. They're scamming people into believing their political opinions over everyone else, and that somehow they have more grounds than everyone else. I'm sorry, Wesley, you do very well to stay away from these people. Honestly, you're better off without them, mate.
Left, you can see how the weather, when it comes to the it was silently leaked coverage, including the echo chamber, But there's even still people crossing the bridge. It's been about an hour, and it's literally packed. Literally, it's been impossible to film. Can't really get through the crowd at all. Can't really speak to people. People are packed like sardines. We're gonna try and go to the other side now. Let's make our way through. Sorry guys, excuse us. There we go. So we're gonna try to squeeze past, but absolutely packed for the minute. I think there is a police line here. But we're just walking through crowds at the minute. Crowds of people. We've been pushing and shoving with the police. We'll see what is going on. Gonna make our way through. You hear the chants? Oh, it's packed, guys. I can't even get through it. Got it. What's happening?
Over there, yeah.
What are they doing?
Kicking off. They're fucking beating people up over there.
Really?
Guys, no, police force! You need force in your man!
Okay. Seems like we have some trouble. We might have had an arrest. Who knows? Pushing. Oh, we have some pushing.
Bottle got thrown.
Batters are out. Pushing, shoving. Oh, what's going on here? Right. Bit of argy and the batters are out, guys. Oh, pushing. Whoa, a milkshake has been thrown. A lot of.
I like the branding. Stella milkshake.
Bit of argy and the batters are out, guys. Oh, pushing. Whoa, a milkshake has been thrown. A lot of pushing. Things are getting thrown here. People are throwing stuff. Whoa.
Have you seen the face of distress and panic on that woman there? You couldn't see because she was behind me. She's fucking terrified. Look at her. That woman there is literally terrified of what's going on. Fucking terrified.
People are throwing stuff. Whoa.
She's literally fucking scared. She's literally fucking scared, mate. Get her home. She's not scared because the migrants here. She's scared because the way everything's going on around her. Look at how scared this woman is. Look at that fucking face, man, you horrible bastards.
We don't want to end it.
Get her out of there, mate. Good job, mate. Good job. Fucking get that woman out of there. Gonna get hurt.
Whoa. Hello. I'm going to everywhere. This woman's got a button here.
Where are you going? Hey,
There's just too many people. Let's speak out. Whoa. Oh, fuck. There's just too many people.
That police officer had no right to lay his hands on him. He wasn't even moving forward, was he not? So who's got hold of the police officer there?
This woman's got a button here.
Hey,
There's just too many people. Let's speak out. Whoa.
Couldn't work it out.
There's just too many people right now, and they are.
no, bollocks! You were getting fucking crushed in there, you fucking going. Yes, you fucking were.
Just remember, people, right? The Tory party sacked 20,000 police officers and then tried to hire 20,000 back, but they were unpaid community officers, right? Ever since that moment, this country became pretty much lawless. Like, crime went through the roof. Crimes went underreported because people knew the police weren't doing anything. The police started responding to less crimes, and the courts are so backlogged, they're now releasing prisoners early and trying not to charge people for short sentences. Well done, the Tory party. You created a lawless Britain. Well done. Bunch of mugs. Try to save a few quid and nearly fucking destroy the entire country. That's what cuts gets you. That's what the right wing wants sometimes. They think that saving a few quid here, a few quid there is going to solve everything. It doesn't. Classic example. Theresa May removed public funding for security gigs about 3-4 months before the Manchester Arena terrorist attack. So the terrorists knew there was a gap in security for this public event and targeted it because the Prime Minister announced she was going to remove public funding for security. So we saved, a couple of £1,000 or whatever, or maybe £100,000, and about, how many people sadly lost their life? 22 people. So the Tory party valued money, a little bit of money, let's be honest, for the country, a tiny bit of money, literally chump change for the country, more than 22 children's lives, or 22 people's lives, because they weren't all children. So was Theresa May ever charged with negligence? Oh no. Oh no. All of her peers clapped her and cheered her. Whoa, you've saved the country a few quid. That'll solve everything. Whoa.
Hey, you're too quick.
Just imagine, right? If the police actually had an extra 20,000 police officers, not community officers, I'm on about actually fully trained officers who understand the law and how to enforce it, rather than don't understand and so commit crimes and are negligent police officers who discriminate, right? It means that we wouldn't really have such problems, to be honest. It's almost as if the Tory party has intentionally caused problems they knew Labour would have to deal with, so they could blame Labour with. And I reckon they did it because Labour did that to them with the economy and finances. So they've intentionally left problems for Labour to blame them for.
I'm telling people to get back on it. They are just pushing people back. They are pushing people. Mate, where am I going to go? Mate, there's a pole there, you idiot.
There's lots of space there.
These officers, guys, he's grabbing me. He's pushing out.
Love you.
Oh my goodness, guys. This is like a stampede. You know, whoa. Hey, once you lit me, what happened? Christ. Fucking hell. It's getting very heated. Some guy tried to grab my camera. Some guy.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, Wes. I think you've got, what, a 4K camera there? I'm recording this in 4K as well, 60 frames per second. So if you've got a 4K camera, yeah, someone's going to try and grab that from you. I would highly recommend, Wesley, you start having security. Because people are going to target you. And people have already been targeting you, although they were just trans people. So what they're going to do? Convert you to another gender.
It's got a bloody lit. What do you see just there? What happened?
Looked like everyone was trying to get through, but
Kids are going to get crushed and a lot of them put through the crowds.
You don't look well, Sunshine. You look really pale. I think you're unwell.
Everyone's getting crushed back there. There's children and they're getting crushed. Not letting them through.
Yeah, very bad crowd control. Yeah.
There was meant to be an anti-protest, and I think they blocked the route so the protest can't walk forward.
Right, okay.
So people are walking up and getting crushed on the police line.
Wow. Right, so it seems like a lot of pushing and shoving. I don't know what was going on. They're just trying to do a bit of crowd control. But yeah, at the minute, way too many people here, guys. It's an absolutely rampant.
You're all a bunch of low-life.
Wow. Alright, guys, let's keep moving. So, yeah, what we'll talk. Whoa, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. What we'll try to do, guys, we'll try to get a couple words from the counter protesters, but people are walking, I don't know where to. Currently, guys, it's literally like a takeover of everyone here. It's really hard to kind of like get in the midst of the crowd when there's not much space to move around, but we'll continue moving. We'll try to find the other side very soon. Hi guys, we haven't really seen this before, but it seems like the counter-protesters are very close to the more right Patriot side. Well, the Patriots are closer to them because there was so many people that they've have to spread them out. They've got a few TSG vans just down there. We'll have a look, see what's happening. Officer, what's happening with this? Is there like is a protest on that side as well?
Yeah,
What are you guys blocking off here?
we're blocking people getting down here because this is the gap basically between the two sides.
So the other lot are on the other side? People on the other side? The counter protest?
Yeah, we're just trying to protect groups of people, okay?
I'm just here to film. Can I get through?
Yeah, ironically, he says this here, that they're just there to try and protect people. Yeah, that's what we're doing, mate. That's what we're fucking doing because you lot aren't actually doing your job. Because if you were protecting people, we wouldn't have illegal criminals coming into the country who are running around committing crimes. I would have thought that law enforcement, you know, was better than what they are. And, you know, as a kid, you grow up thinking that the police, you know the law and they enforce the law fairly. It's all equal. We've got a justice system. You get to my age and you just understand it's all a load of horse shit. It's all about control. It's all about power. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. If they did, they would have listened to us. And there wouldn't be a million or so people here trying to get them to listen. And instead, they're trying to separate people and control them. Instead of listening to people, they want to control you.
I'm just here to film.
No, unfortunately not. This is an absolute cordon, okay?
Right. Oh, more pushing and shoving. More pushing and shoving. The batters are out. People are... Oh, he's getting whacked. He's getting hit. Wow. There's a lot of... They are coming in. People are really getting frustrated.
Literally, people push people into the police and then the police whack them as if it's their fault. So they get a double assault. They get assaulted from the back and then assaulted from the front. And the police have a go at them for doing it. And like they're a victim of a double violent assault. And you police think you're the good guys. When you're battering some innocent bloke with a fucking metal stick because some bloke pushed him in the back. And you think you're a hero. What, for attacking an innocent man who's been attacked from behind? Like this is one of the reasons why I have a lot of respect for like Asian culture, like China and Japan, right? Because they have discipline and honor. Not always, obviously. You know, there are dishonorable and disrespectful people, but like it's kind of ingrained into their society that the people and must be shown that sort of level of respect and honor in that way. And the police of this country just don't show any respect and honor to the local population. I'm sorry, you just don't. You just treat us worse than any ethnic group in the country. You even announced in the courts recently that you were going to give us harsher punishments just because we were white and British. Yeah. Which is against the Equality Act, by the way. It's literally against the law, but you guys say you're going to break the law. It's not okay to discriminate against someone unless they're white. That's what the police believe. That's what the legal courts in the UK believe. That's what the UK government believes. Because they would rather be seen as racist against their own kind, so it's hard to argue, rather than accurately treat crime and, as a result of the stats and figures suggesting a racist element, be accused of racism against another race. That's literally what it is. It's literally just they want to pretend they're better than what they are by ignoring actual crimes. Like, it's literally counterproductive. It's completely counterproductive. And I don't know why the government suddenly got this idea that it was okay to suddenly start treating white British guys worse in the legal system and announce it.
Going through the main area, they've antagonised this. They're saying that we're not allowed through any other way. They're blocking people getting through.
Okay.
This is wrong.
Oh, guys, this is a real overcrowded issue. People are getting frustrated. There's a big crowd. I mean, I was trying to go to the stage earlier and it was just packed. But a lot of people just got hit there by the buttons. An old man there, I don't know what he said. Oh, he's whacking him.
Get his number. Get his number.
Wow.
Get his number.
Yeah, get his number. Is that reasonable use of force? Let's have a look. So, let's watch. See, this is what I'm mainly interested in. As much as I like watching Wesley Winter and his content, it's what's going on inside the video that I'm interested. I'll listen to Wesley and what he says and his opinions, of course. He does fantastic content. But what I like is the raw footage. The raw, on-the-ground footage. So here we have a man about to get violently attacked by a police officer with a metal pole. And I want to see why. Was it reasonable? So here we have the line. Let's make this a bit bigger so you can all see. So we've got this line here that the police want you, that they want everyone to stay basically on that line, and they try to give themselves, I guess, a 2 feet gap or a meter gap between them and the line, so they've got a little bit of breathing room, right? So what he's trying to do, I guess, is enforce that imaginary line that they haven't told anyone about, but they expect everyone to adhere to.
A lot of people just got hit.
So this police officer here has just jumped in and done something. I don't know what happened there. Let's have a look.
They go to the stage earlier and it was just packed. A lot of people just got hit there by the buttons. It was just packed.
All right.
I was trying to go to the stage earlier and it was just packed.
So if you look here, this gentleman who the police officer is about to lunge at and grab walks up to the police as if he's saying something. There's no violent attacks. Oh, what's happening to my green screen? Oh, bollocks. There's no violent attack, as far as I can tell. Whoops.
A lot of people just...
See there, he's still behind the line, behind every other male. He's just stepped forward because he had something to say. And then the police officer lunges forward, grabs him, makes him fear for his safety, which, by the way, is common assault. That's a criminal charge. Then this police officer pushes him, but what did he do?
And it was just packed.
The guy in the hat I'm watching now, this guy put his hand up to his head, hand behind his head.
People just got hit there.
That hand comes down, left hand comes up to hide on his head. Police officer goes in, pushes him, violently assaults him. Trying to enforce a line that, like, the public don't know about because we don't know police regulation, we don't know police policy. Well, some of them don't. And you're expecting this member of the public to adhere to an imaginary line, right, that you haven't told them about. And even if they wanted to turn around and leave, they can't. And people behind them are even pushing them. And then you assault them for that, right? So, I don't know. How many of you have got cameras on? I don't see a camera on your top, but I see one on his. Like, why each and every officer should have a camera on that is recording everything they do. So, I hope that officer had a camera on him, who, as you can see here,
An old man
attacks him. See? Hits him with a metal pole because he attacked him. The guy walked in to
hit
state
there by the buttons.
he's pushed him. That's a violent assault.
An old man
So he's come back in and with a block because he thinks he's been violently assaulted. You've just violently assaulted him as the police, right? And as a reaction to a violent assault, you defend yourself, right? You protect your head the same way if you're on the ground, you protect your body, right? So you as a police officer have made him defend himself, and then because he's defending himself and blocking your incoming attacks, you pull out your pole and hit him with your metal pole on his hip. So because you made this man defend himself and he pulled up his arms to defend himself, you hit him with a metal pole, you should be sacked. That's 2 of you who should be sacked. First one for common assault, second one for what's ABH or GBH? Well, a violent assault. You violently assaulted a member of the public. That wasn't reasonable force. You didn't need to hit him with a metal pole, did you? Like, he only put his guard up because you pushed him. And then because he put his guard up, you hit him with a metal pole. So that was unreasonable force. You should be sacked. Anyone else? Oh, there's a second hit. That's more unreasonable force. So definitely a violent assault. You know, I don't care that you police officers think you're going to get away with it, because even if you don't get reprimanded, you don't get disciplined, these videos are going to be on YouTube, and the future will see what the UK government let you do to people. And your name will be, you know, on that. It'll be seen what you did. The same as all the psychiatrists and psychologists in the world. When you're passing off dangerous medication to patients that actually harms them, and because you didn't correctly diagnose them, you'll be seen in the future not as heroes who help people. You'll be the same as the doctors who experimented on people in World War II. You'll be the evil torturers. You're not good people when you're doing this stuff. See, this police officer thinks he's been a good guy. Oh, I'm just following policy. I'm blah, 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 blah. No, you violently assaulted a member of the public with a metal pole. That's not reasonable. He's given you no grounds and reasonable grounds to hit him with a metal pole. And that man has just stepped in to defend him and can't believe what he's seen. You're now shouting at him, get back or I'll hit you too, which is you're now threatening to assault another member of the public because you assaulted one already. The other officers around you have done nothing, which is also negligence, by the way. You should all be disciplined for that.
Get his number! Get his number!
Yeah, get his number. Get his number. He should be sacked. So should the other one for causing the member of the public to fear for their safety. He caused that member of the public to fear for their safety. That's why he put his guard up, and then you hit him for it.
Get his number! Get his number!
There's a third strike. Is that reasonable? Is that reasonable? You've literally you pushed this man once, and then because he put his guard up, you've hit him with a pole, and then you've hit him again, and then you've hit him again. Like, that's not reasonable. There's nothing reasonable about any of your actions here. And there's nothing reasonable about Officer 2245 standing watching. There's nothing reasonable about you officers standing there watching one of your colleagues violently assault a member of the public. You're a fucking disgrace to the badge, you lot. Honestly, you're a fucking disgrace.
Get his number! Scumbag!
I see no red flashing light on that camera there. You see this camera? Yeah, wait there. This gentleman here, I don't see any red flashing light on his camera. Is his camera on? Is his camera on?
Get his number!
Oh, there is red flashing light. I was mistaken. I was wrong. There is. Every single one of these officers should be having a camera on.
Get his number! Scumbag! Oh, he was whacking him. He was whacking him.
You're allowed to defend yourself, sir. But they're going to class that as assault on an officer. They're going to charge you and put you in prison. Let's have a look. He's defending the man you've just violently assaulted.
Get his number! Get his number!
Which he has the legal right to do, by the way. You have the legal right to defend another human being. Well, you do, right? So if I'm on the street and I see a police officer who's committing a crime and, say, violently attacking a member of the public and they haven't committed a crime, they've literally just jumped them and think they're clever, I can detain the police officer. I can use reasonable force to detain you, the police officer, for violently assaulting a member of the public and ring the police to arrest you. You just don't understand that you literally only have the, what's the word? You only have the grounds to do everything you do because we, the taxpayers, give you permission. We actually have the same permissions as you, right? We just need different grounds. And the grounds here is, you have assaulted a member of the public, another member of the public has come to the defense of that public, and you do have the right to defend other people in this country. That is law. So he's acting lawfully here. You've just assaulted him for defending another man, and you assaulted that man for defending himself, and he was defending himself because you assaulted him, and so now he is about to tackle you to the ground, or try to, a rugby tackle, by the way, which is not violent, but he's trying to restrain you. And you notice how all the officers all of a sudden jump into action. All of a sudden jump into action. So it was all right for this officer to stand there and violently assault members of the public with a metal pole, but the moment that member of the public defended themselves, you all come into attack. Let's watch.
Oh, he was whacking him. He was whacking him.
Yep, there we go. There you go. You react then, fucking, didn't you? Oh, you react then. When one of your colleagues is assaulted, you reacted. But when your colleague was assaulting 2 members of the public, you didn't do fuck all. You all should be sacked. Every single officer in this image here should be sacked. All of them. And the ones who did them violent assaults, the first 2, you should be criminally charged. For common assault, both of you. And the second one for, I don't think it's GBH. Difference in GBH and ABH. So, grievous bodily harm is the severity of the injury. ABH refers to injuries that affect a person's health or comfort but not serious. Oh, so you've committed ABH. So that officer is guilty of ABH assault. and the other one was guilty. You're both guilty of common assault. And actually, every single officer in this image, including 2245, that's his number, by the way, 2245, negligence. Negligence in a public office, and turning a blind eye to crimes in front of you as a police officer is negligence. It doesn't matter what you guys think, right? And if the government ignores this, the future humans will look at you lot no different to we look at the SS now. Remember that. Oh, look, it kicks off. People assaulting the police officer because you assaulted a member of the public. You lot assaulted a member of the public and did nothing. So do you know what the public did? Put you in your place. The law is there to be enforced by all. So you don't get to commit common assault and make members of the public fear for their safety unless they've caused reason to do that. They didn't give you reason. I saw no reason there for you to cause them to fear for their safety. The other officers then allowed one of their staff members to violently assault a member of the public with a metal pole 3 times, right? And so they reacted and defended themselves. These people here have acted in self-defense against you, the criminal police. You guys are the criminals here. Not them, you guys. Oh, you're just assaulting people already. Fucking. Why did you try and assault? Who are you hitting? Who are you hitting with a metal pole? Like you. With your who are you hitting? He's literally got his hands up. What are you fucking hitting people for? You hitting people with a metal pole, that's also common assault. You made him fear for his safety. He's put his hands up like, shit, I'm not doing anything. He's fearing for his safety. You should be charged. Sacked. Next one. What's your number? Green badge, can't tell. He should be sacked.
Jesus.
The police cause their own troubles every single fucking day. Literally, they once wrongly charged me, right, with a common assault, and ended up having to admit to human rights abuse.
Guys.
And I proved my innocence with evidence. Dumbasses. So it doesn't matter if they don't deal with it. The future courts will, because you have the evidence on your system. And the fact that you ignored it, the longer it goes on, will show that you ignored this evidence that was on your system that would have exonerated an innocent man who you essentially tortured and broke the human rights of and admitted to, right? And you've chose to sat on this evidence, and it will show that you sat on this evidence. And that you were negligent. That you didn't care about law enforcement. Like, literally, I'm showing right now, you don't care about the law. As the police, you don't care about the law. Otherwise, you wouldn't be out there wrongly charging people and then ignoring evidence that exonerates them, thinking you can, because you can't. That's literally a crime, by the way. You are aware that's negligence and a crime. As the police, if you ignore essential evidence to a criminal matter, that is a criminal offence, by the way. But, you know, if you want to lie to the courts, that's your business. So, yeah, you're also violently assaulting members of the public here, and then causing them to fear for their safety so much that literally they violently attacked you in self-defense. In self-defense, which is legal, by the way. And you're all going to make them out to be the bad guys. No! It's because you let one of your colleagues hit someone in the public, a member of the public, 3 times with a metal pole and did nothing. And when someone came to help him and defend him, you hit them with a metal pole. So guess what? You all got fucking attacked, didn't you? This is what you don't understand. You might be the police, but we're not going to take you acting like criminals. I don't care about your badge. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's right and wrong. And you are not enforcing the law. You are committing crimes. What are you playing at? You're literally a disgrace to the police.
Guys, it is carnage. They're breaking into the counter-protesters. There's too many. They can't control it. Oh, my word.
They had control until they started hitting members of the public with metal poles. Divvies.
It is
So we all can see that was not reasonable force. It was unreasonable force by the police that led to that incident now where they pushed through the barrier. All because the police couldn't keep their fucking hands to themselves. Like, you could have pushed him with your hand. You really didn't need to hit him with a metal pole. You really didn't need to do that.
absolutely mental. Wow. Guys, this is erupting. They're broken into the counter protester lines. The police are whacking him. It wasn't working. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've never seen the like. Hats on the floor. Patriots are coming in. It is absolutely going off. Whoa, he's stolen the flag. He's snapping him. Wow.
I missed that. What happened? I missed. I was replying to something on Facebook. What missed?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've never seen the like. Hats on the floor.
Hat on the floor.
Patriots are coming in. It is absolutely going off.
He's grabbed his flag off him. What's going on?
Oh, he's stolen the flag. He's snapping
Are
it.
they arresting him? What's going on?
Wow, there's too many.
Okay, that seemed reasonable. They've used reasonable force to move him onto the path. I think they're trying to clear the road and create some sort of control.
Can't control it.
But they didn't use unreasonable force by the look of it. They just moved him over to the path, these two officers. Let's have a look.
Hats on the floor.
No, wait.
Patriots are coming in. It is absolutely going off.
So they grabbed the flag off him, I think.
Whoa, he's stolen the flag. He's snapping it.
He's hit him from behind with his metal pole, right? And then he looked at the camera to see if you saw that, Wes, right? I can't zoom in, unfortunately, and show you, but watch. Frame by frame, right? Him there, this guy here, comes in to help his friend who's taking the flag off him, which is, whatever, taking the flag off him. I don't know why you're taking a flag off a British person. You should be trying to get him off the road fine. So you're both using reasonable force at this point. Both using your hands. That's reasonable. Right? Now, at this point, you strike him from behind with a metal pole.
Stolen
There.
the flag.
And again. And then you look up. Notice the camera.
Wow, there's too many. They can't control.
So yeah, you did strike him with a metal pole twice. That was unreasonable force. You should be losing your job.
It is absolutely
That was ABH.
going off. Whoa, he's stolen the
So once,
flag.
twice. You've struck this man twice in the back of his leg with a metal pole. In his knee. Right? Literally the back of his knee twice. Just for waving an English flag in the middle of the road. Your physical restraints of him with your hands was reasonable. You hitting him with a metal pole, or whatever that fuck, your truncheon twice. Hitting him with a blunt object twice in the back of the leg. No, that was not reasonable force. You should be charged with common assault and ABH, and you should be going to prison for that. Personally, you did it from behind as well. You're a coward. But the officer who grabbed the flag and just used his arms to push this man out of the road, you did nothing wrong. You did absolutely nothing wrong. I think you did a good job, sir. Well done. You're the first police officer I've seen who's actually done a good job.
Wow, there's too many. They can't control it. They can't control it. Whoa, he got.
That could have killed him.
There's too many. They can't control it. They can't control it. Whoa, he got punched to the ground. Wow, guys. There are just too many people here today. Cones are getting thrown. Wow, guys, it is absolutely going hectic right now. They've got the police lines here. Ladies, chill out. Lady's got a ban.
How come her baton's different to everyone else's? Why is her baton different to everyone else's?
Ladies, chill out. Lady's got a ban. There's a good couple thousand here right now. Officer's got his baton. Wow, guys. Have you ever seen anything like this? There's one more
Yes, I've been involved in protests like that.
police line. Two of the counter protesters. They're just over there. People are walking around. They cannot control it. They're outnumbered right now. People are coming through.
Look, I'm sorry, they had full control until one of their officers started violently assaulting a member of the public, and they all did nothing. And then a member of the public came to his defence, and then they assaulted him, and so he defended himself and against the police officer who was a criminal and committed violent criminal assaults. And then they defended that police officer, the criminal who had committed crimes, instead of the member of the public, which is their job. But never mind, you know. This is literally the police's fault. They did that to themselves. This is what I mean, they're shit. They're very good at responding to life and death situations, you know, a murderer or a bank robber, or a rapist, like, or deadly weapons. These sorts of things, they are good at. But when it comes to general law enforcement, they're literally fucking shit. They need some Sherlock Holmes, is what they need.
Through. They're trying to block it. 1, 2, 3, 4 officers.
I really need to make a cigarette. I'm sorry, I've got this addiction called smoking. It's terrible. I'm trying to quit, sorry.
5 officers trying to block hundreds and hundreds of people right now. They have not prepared for this. Sadiq Khan, London has fallen at the minute. What have you seen so far?
I've been whipped.
Come on in! Oh, here we go! They're moving the line. Wow, guys, they're moving the line. It's all starting. What are they going to do? They're running back. They're grabbing another guy. Oh, he's smashing him. He's smashing him. Wow, this officer's very trigger happy. The batons are coming out.
I've missed loads there, haven't I? I've missed loads. What's going on?
What are they going to do? They're running back. They're grabbing another guy.
Trying to see the first moment I see him. He goes running.
They're running.
There he is. So he's no different to anyone else around him. There's literally no one else different around him. He's just going past like everyone else. He's thrown him into the road behind the police officers.
They're grabbing another guy.
And now he's hit him how many times?
What are they going to do?
Was that the same guy who grabbed him and hit
They're
him?
running back. They're
He's grabbed him.
grabbing another
Still got hold of him.
guy.
Still got hold of him. There's two grown men here.
Oh, he's smashing him. He's smashing him. Wow.
How many times has that guy hit a member of the public with a violent pole? And you lot let this person be a police officer? He looks like a Nazi fucking, like a far-right Nazi. How dare people like treat members of the public like this? You please do realise that these people all pay your wages, right? Like, we are your boss. We, the people, are your boss. Just like the government, we are their boss. We say jump, you say how high. You don't come violently assaulting us unless you've got grounds to. And you have not had any grounds to here. No, I haven't seen any grounds for any of you hitting members of the public with a metal pole, alright? I don't give a fuck what your policies and procedures say. They can kiss my ass. They're wrong. Would you treat a woman that way? Hit them with a metal pole because some men were pushing them from behind into you and you've caused this imaginary line? Are you going to strike her with some metal poles? Oh no, but just men. So you discriminate against men, which is against the Equality Act, and you're committing a crime, aren't you? You're acting in an illegal way, a criminal way, as a police officer, and the police. Oh, but you don't commit crimes, do you? Oh no. And any time we report crimes to you, it's a complaint. So if I hit someone with a metal pole, it's a crime, right? But you hit an innocent member of the public with a metal pole, oh, it's a complaint. Fuck off, you literal criminal gang is what you are. You're a criminal gang, the police in the UK. You hold yourself less accountable than Putin, to be honest.
All right, guys, so the counter-protesters are somewhere around here. I don't think the police can control it at the minute. Wow, look at this, look at this. Now they've come to the lines here. The police have got a huge job to do now. People are riled up. How are they going to block these lines? Whoa! What is happening here, guys? Police are coming in. The counter-protesters are just to our right. Again, more batters here. They're calling for getting back. Things are getting thrown, guys. We have to be careful. Bottles are getting lobbed. Beers getting thrown. Wow, guys. He's whacked him. He's whacked the officer. Here we go. Wow. They're shaking it. They're shaking it.
I fucking hate missing shit. I'm making a cigarette. I'm sorry, I'm making a cigarette. Such a doofus.
Bottles are getting lobbed. Beers getting thrown. Wow, guys.
He's defending himself. Like, I don't think you police understand. You can't just violently assault members of the public and then expect us to take it. He's not guilty of a crime. He's not suspected of a crime. He is not under arrest. He has not given you any due reason and cause where you would need to violently assault him. He is not a danger to anyone or anyone around him. There is no threat to life because of him or any of his actions, and yet you strike him with a metal pole and think he can't defend himself. Like, what planet do you think this is? We don't live in Nazi Germany, right? Yous aren't the SS, but yous are acting like it. You're fucking acting like the SS. If it wasn't for the good officers who deal with law correctly, I think yous would be getting disbanded right now. We would be remaking the police and calling it something else, because you're doing that bad of a job. You're pretty much ineffective when it comes to average crimes. You don't deal with shoplifting, anti-socialism, you don't deal with online harassment and hate and racism. But as soon as someone makes a fucking threat against an immigrant, you put them in jail for 30 months, right? Police officers, I've literally seen police officers commit what? Maybe 4 different police officers commit violent assaults on the public here, and have no grounds to do so, and you lot won't even charge them. You'll try and treat that like it's a complaint. No, it's a crime. It's a fucking... And even if you think you're not committing a crime, you are, because you wouldn't treat a woman this way, and you think it's okay because it's a male, which is a breach of the Equality Act. You're discriminating. It's a hate crime. So the police are now guilty of hate crimes against men, and it have been for a long time. And your actions here don't help you. We all know, as men in this country, you hate us, and that you think it's okay to bully us, violently assault us, and then when we stand up for ourselves, make us out to be the bad guy. And the truth is, we know we're not. We know we're not. We know there's lots of men out there who you lot have framed as bad men for standing up to you. Just like that. Just like that. You'll make him out to be a bad guy for defending himself, yet it was because you violently assaulted him.
Wow! They're shaking it! They're shaking it! Wow! The fence is going, the fence is moving, he's lifting it up! Cable tie's gone! Wow! Well, guys, everyone is getting very, very aggressive now. Everyone's getting very heated. So everyone hears the chant. What are your thoughts on all this right now? The kind of police versus the general public?
Nah, mate, to be fair, like, we're not, sorry, I've lost my voice. We're not actually against them, but we're against the system they're protecting. And like all I actually want is to be able to walk free as an Englishman in England. Yeah. That's all I'm looking for.
And how do you feel about the counter-protesters over there? You know what they're going to say?
They're not even worth paying attention to. I'm open to discourse, but these lot, they're just here to try and subvert what we're here for, and what we're mainly here for is to protect children, to protect freedom, and to protect our own right to
Thank you. Oh, woman's getting pulled, guys. She's very angry. Oh! He just threw the fence! Whoa!
trying to
well,
protect
okay.
our own.
I was just talking about a woman not getting treated the same way, so let's have a
Our own
look.
right to
Thank you, thank you. Oh, woman's getting pulled, guys. She's very angry.
Pushed a woman in the chest there, I think.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, woman's getting pulled, guys. She's very angry. Oh,
Looks like he pushed her in the breast.
he just threw the fence. Whoa, absolutely. Oh, my.
There we go, look at them violent
Woman's
assaults.
getting battered. A woman is getting absolutely battered there. She's on the ground.
Keep going! Keep going!
Wow, what is going on? Whacked. Everyone's getting whacked here. This guy, a woman's on the ground.
That's a woman!
A woman. The fence is going. They can't stop it.
Is that reasonable force?
Oh, he's bleeding from his nose. Oh, my word, guys. The fence is getting pulled in front of me. Wow.
I didn't get to see whether they assaulted her the same way, but if you watch, right here, this moment here, so they're all going in
What
with
is
the
going
trolls,
on?
with the poles,
Everyone's getting whacked here.
but when he went to hit there, because he nearly hit the woman, he pulled out. Watch. If the woman wasn't there and it was just his arm, he would have gone for it, and the bloke. Because it wasn't just the bloke, the woman was there with him, right? He pulled out of the strike. Not that one. This one. He pulls out of the strike because the woman is there. So he treats the situation differently because there's a woman there instead of a man. Now, we know this is a normal thing in war. Men react differently when there's a woman around, when they're surrounded, compared to when they're surrounded by all men. We know this. It's an animal thing. It's fine. But you can't treat men differently to treat women because it's against the law. So you can't be pulling out of your strikes like that, can you?
Everyone's getting whacked here.
See? Pretended to punch because the girl pulled out of the strike. He pulled out of it. Pulled out of it. Literally pretended to strike. That is the first time I have ever seen a police officer do that. Pull out of the strike. And it was because there was a woman. So although she may have been hit with a pole a few times, but they still treated her differently to how they treat men.
This guy, a woman's on the ground.
That's a woman!
A woman. The fence is going. They can't stop it. Oh,
Hit him in the face with a shield. That wasn't reasonable force. That also is not reasonable force. You could have given him a brain injury, killed him. You know, we do know that brain injuries are a direct causation to mental illnesses later in life, like dementia, Alzheimer's. So you're literally have just increased that man's risk of dementias and Alzheimer's. How thick are you, please? If you just were good at your job, if you just good at your job and didn't assault violent members of the public, if you didn't assault members of the public with violence, you wouldn't be in this situation. Like, you literally wouldn't be in this situation. The same with if you hadn't wrongly charged me and arrested me for the crime I was actually the victim of, you wouldn't have ended up getting human rights abuse and having to admit to it, would you? Dumbasses.
he's bleeding from his nose. Oh my.
Because you lot made me admit to something I didn't do, because you were like, oh, do you think she feared for her safety? And I was like, well, yeah, of course she feared for her safety. She'd never shouted at I'd never shouted at her like that before, and so you charged me. But what you didn't realise was she feared for her safety because she had violently assaulted me, and that was why I shouted at her. And you have the evidence, by the way, to prove that, because I gave you the written confession by the person who violently assaulted me, and I got your officers to come out to my house and check that it was proper and true, and I didn't fraudulently make it or fabricate it. And he checked it and took the evidence away. And you are still yet to process that evidence. So you don't care about the law, do you? You don't care about charging innocent people of crimes they're the victim of. But when I charged you with your human rights abuse that you'd committed, you tried to palm it off as a neighbourhood resolution and tricked me when I was mentally ill as signing it away as a as a neighbourhood resolution, because I didn't understand what you meant because I was mentally ill, because you had made me mentally ill, and it was a human rights abuse. And do you know where human rights abuse gets dealt with, by the way. It's The Hague. And guess what? Oh, we were a member of the European Union when you admitted to that. So, you can either, right, exonerate me via the proper protocols, via the evidence I have handed into you, or we can just let it slide for the rest of time until someone in the future wants to make a name for themselves and realizes what you've done to me, and then finds the evidence themselves and shows that actually you've known about this for 100 years or 10 years or 50 years and chose to do nothing to correct your mistake. And what you don't realize is I'm actually the founder of a religion. Do you know who else is the founders of religion? Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, Moses, Joseph Smith. And if I say that people in the future need to check this, and that you've been wrongly convicting innocent men of crimes just so that you could make out they were bad people, so you could undermine them or cause them problems in life so they couldn't cause you problems with the truth, well, fuck the lot of you. Like, I'm not being funny. You just literally owe me and my daughter money for compensation for what you did to me and my family. You literally caused me and my daughter endless pain and suffering, emotionally and mentally, and you owe compensation for that. And I've already given you the evidence to prove it, and if you don't deal with it, you know, that's fine. The record is there. It's on your record. It's on your files. It just shows you're negligent. Each day you don't deal with it is another day you have chosen to ignore a crime by your own colleagues and staff, even though you have the evidence to prove it. Like, that's negligence. It also means that you have information relating to a serious criminal matter that you haven't divulged to the courts. And that is perjury. You've manipulated the case to the courts.
Word, guys!
But yeah, that's why I do this every time I watch Wesley's videos. I check for unlawful use of force, because the police used unlawful use of force on me during mental health detainments after I became mentally unwell, after what they did to me with the wrongful charge. So because they had wrongfully charged me of the crime I was actually the victim of, I lost my mind. I became mentally insane, literally really unwell. And so the police then got sent out to assault me under the Mental Health Act several times. And literally I've got a neck injury. I'm in pain every day from it. Every fucking day. My shoulder is still fucked. Like, every fucking day. I've got a disfigurement on my wrist. Which one is it? I can't remember. Oh yeah, this one. A disfigurement on this wrist. Right, you probably can't see it. But like, they left my skin in the handcuff locks for 30 minutes during a mental health detainment because they weren't strong enough to put my hands in the cuffs and blame me for it. Said I did it to myself. They literally left my skin in a metal locking mechanism for half an hour, and then when I got to the hospital, they didn't tell the hospital. I was left with my arm dripping of blood for about 12 hours till the next morning when a member of staff seen it and cleaned it up. But the police didn't tell the staff because they knew what would happen is that they would have been charged for a criminal assault. And they said I did it to myself. And the video footage outside the tower block of what happened magically disappeared. Magically. You like magic, you see? The whole year, right, there had never been CCTV footage missing from that camera. Oh, but that 1 week, for some reason, it wasn't working. They are literally, the police are becoming Nazi scum.
The fence is getting pulled in front of me. Wow. The police can't control it. The public...
Not to mention the fact, right, when I was a child, fucking father nearly tried to murder me once, right? Strangling me to death. And fucking, I used to get the shit kicked at me all the time. And I was doing some therapy, some trauma therapy for everything I went through as a child, to try and deal with it. And one of the ways I had to deal with it was trying to tell all the people my family had lied to for years the truth. Because that's why I was bothered. That's what bothered me about all the lies my family had told people. So I told people the truth. And then the police came knocking on my door, saying it was harassment. And I said to them, like, did you even read the posts? And they hadn't read the posts. They'd just taken my family's word for it because they're a middle-class family who can afford a solicitor. And then came and tried to accuse me of committing a crime when I hadn't committed a crime. right? Because it wasn't harassment, it was therapy, right? And I was literally whistleblowing on attempted murder and 20 years of harassment. So how can telling people that you've been getting harassed for 20 years be harassment? And the people who are claiming it's harassment is the ones who harassed you for 20 years. Yeah, the police, I'm sorry, you owe me apology for that as well. You knocked at my door and tried to accuse me of harassing my harassers by telling the world they harassed me. Maybe next time you should do your jobs properly, so I don't have to do it for you. Because I don't get paid for this. I do this for free, right? I'm happy to point out all you criminals for free, right? I'm here as an authority of the people to divulge which one of you is a criminal police officer.
I've had enough!
Because you don't get to treat members of the public like me, who have been innocent their entire life, like that, and then think we're just going to let you get away with it. No, I'm going to spend the rest of my life holding you guys accountable for every failure you ever fucking do in front of my eyes. Every single time. Every single time. Because you haven't dealt with your failures to my child and me, I'm going to make you deal with every failure I see for the rest of my life. And it's going to cost you millions. And I mean it, it's going to cost you millions. Fucking millions. It's already cost you millions dealing with me, if you didn't know. You should have just paid the compensation, admitted your mistake, because you are mistaken, and left me alone. But you didn't, and you haven't. And so I am going to now bring it to you. You have the evidence, you had the evidence, you haven't dealt with it. So what you have done is the same as what you did with Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris, and the Rotherham grooming scandal. And you have ignored clear evidence of criminals' behaviour and crime behaviour because it wasn't in your best interest. You've done the same thing. You aren't the police, you aren't law enforcement, you are pretending to be.
Enough is enough! The fence is open! Broken! Oh man! This is going absolutely insane! Fencing everywhere! We just saw.
Sorry about that little rant. I just needed to explain why I have such a distaste for the police. It's because I've spent my entire life as an innocent man, and the only arrest of my entire life, I was actually the victim of that crime. And when the police got handed the evidence to prove that, they did nothing. They've let me rot and suffer and tortured me for 10 years, even coming out and violently assaulting me because of their failures, right? And they've never, ever been held accountable. And the truth is, I'm not the only one. They bully disabled people all the time. They violently assault members of the public all the time. And they're never held accountable. And if you rang the police about them violently assaulting a member of the public when they hadn't committed a crime, they're not under arrest, they're not suspected of a crime, right? There's no threat to life. And if you saw that and reported it, the police would be like, oh, I'm sorry, that's a complaint. That's not a crime. I'm sorry, that's a complaint. And what they try and do on the phone is they try and get you to raise your voice and get you angry so that then they have the grounds to hang up on you. They will even falsely accuse you of raising your voice when you haven't raised your voice, just to try and get you to raise your voice so they can hang up on you. The police these days are doing everything they can to avoid doing their job. Oh, and by the way, I have recorded evidence of that. I record all my calls to the police, as they record mine. And I don't need to tell you as I record it, by the way. It's none of your business.
We just saw the fencing get ripped and a woman getting smacked. It was unbelievable. Oh my God.
Oh, and you police might think that you would be able to tell if someone was recording you. No, you would only be able to tell if I was recording you on the device I was actually calling you from. You wouldn't know if I was recording the telephone call with this microphone with a phone next to it. You'd have no idea because your software doesn't pick it up. Your software only picks it up if I'm recording the call with the phone I'm calling from. You aren't as clever as you think you are. I swear to God, you need people like me to help you. But you just come out and violently assault us and think we're the criminals, you bellends.
Hit balls getting smashed. This side is also getting infiltrated. Hit balls getting smashed. This side is also getting infiltrated on the other side.
Once you've got your stuff, mate,
Thanks a lot. So guys, it looks like more stuff is happening over here. This man's itching. It is going off. Here we go. Bottles are getting thrown everywhere. He's itching for it. He is gagging for using his riot shield.
As for the record on what I've ever done with police phone calls, I've never released police phone calls to the public. I have no intention of releasing police phone calls to the public. They are simply there as a record to be released once I die, so that everyone is aware of what the police did to me and how much they fail as a law enforcement. You literally have police officers who work on them telephone lines who intentionally antagonise victims of crimes to try and hang up on them. Like, that's how bad it is.
They're getting it over.
But no, I can't release the information because there's personal information on there. There's also officers' names, I guess, and things. So because there's data-sensitive information, I've never released that to the public. It's private, sensitive information that will be released upon my death. It's not on my computer. It's not here in case the police think that, right? It's not even a crime to record your own phone calls, by the way. And I don't have to inform you, the police, that all my calls are recorded. I don't have to. You're a business, you're an organisation, you're not a member of the public. You're different. You fall under different laws. I'm allowed to record your behaviour as a business and organisation. You're not allowed to unfairly record me without informing you, but I don't have to inform you because, well, I'm in my own home. What I do in my own home is my own business. So if I'm recording, right, and I'm on a phone, that's my own business. It's none of your business. The same you guys are recording, it's none of my business, right? But it'd be interesting if you guys tried to come out and find that, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be interesting? That you would care more about covering up other police crimes than dealing with the ones you've already been collared for. I can totally see it. I can totally see it. Come and arrest me for recording my calls to the police, but you won't arrest the Reform MP for threatening to kill the Prime Minister. Yeah. I bet that's what happened, actually. I bet that's what happened.
You've got help on, man.
I will start dragging. Yeah, fucking do it.
Come on.
Everyone trying England. Look at this, guys. People are ready for it. They are ready for it. I don't know if the police can handle it. They've got their riot shields here. This guy with his flag. He's saying put the flag down. He's saying no.
The lefties are over there.
Yeah, the communist flag. We see the communist flag, guys. The anti-British flag. These people are Marxist socialists and they want Britain to fall. We have officers pushing him. He's using the shield.
Stop.
Yeah, it's going to go. Oh.
Our streets!
Look at everyone.
Our streets! Our streets!
Look at behind me. Everyone is filled. Right now, guys, there's definitely not enough officers. There's only about 20 or so versus like 1,000. I mean, look at it here. Face masks are up. These guys really had enough today. Let's see what he's going to say. So, mate. This guy's absolutely covered in blood. Oh, my word.
That'd be the guy that hit the face with the shield, which was a violent assault, ABH. Although you could argue that was GBH because it could have killed him.
Blood. These are getting thrown. Oh, women are getting chucked. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Good on you, mate. Trying to stop the violence. Well done, sir. You did well. And the white shirt I would have bought a pint for. And I would have shook your hand for that.
Look at this guy's face. Jesus Christ. He's bleeding from the face.
One brain amongst many. At least one of you made me smile.
Oh my God. This guy's covered in it. Oh my word. There's this man in front of us who's trying to...
They can't break the line to give him first aid, mate. So although that was a good suggestion, they can't break the line. They can't. Otherwise, everyone slips through. There's another situation. That's why they can't give him first aid. So although you might have thought they were being negligent there, like...
Calm everyone down. The police are retaliating.
But he could have a concussion. He could die from that. I don't think the police understand that hitting someone in the face and breaking their nose with a big, heavy, bulletproof shield is a good idea. Like, you do understand that brain damage causes mental disabilities. No, you don't. And then if you did cause him to become mentally unwell, you'd come out when you sectioned him and violently assault him again. You bunch of pricks.
Thank you. The police have retaliated using their shields, but...
Listen, he needs first aid. He needs first aid right now.
Oh, guys, there's just too many people.
He needs medical attention because you could have given him a concussion. Like, literally, if a football player was on a pitch, they would fucking stop the game and get paramedics on the pitch or medical staff on the pitch. Like, if you were anywhere in life and you received a blow to the face like that and you have a potential concussion, right? You need medical attention. Even though you think you're okay, you might not be, right? A blood clot, a blood leak, like internal bleeding, anything, right? Fucking, you don't need that shit. And that police officer could therefore be responsible for the death of that man. He needs medical attention.
People to hear above the crowd, they need a megaphone or something.
Dad, you need to come with me, guys. Come with me.
Oh, he's covered in blood.
Just him. Come with me. Come with me.
You should
be ashamed. You should be ashamed. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Stop. You're ashamed.
You're going to deny him medical attention. That's medical negligence at this point, even though it's not your duty to provide medical. You're potentially putting someone's life in danger, all because you think police procedure is more important than that man's life. So that's where we get to now, where the police think their policy and their procedure is more important than a member of the public's life. That's the point we're at, as you can see here. He's like, what do you mean he needs first aid? What do you mean? We don't care if he might die.
You should be ashamed. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Stop. You're ashamed. This is what they want.
They still have the counter protesters.
Do not give it to them. Do not give it to them. They fucking don't.
They call them for calm.
The police are literally trying to antagonise you so that you rise up and then they can have justification to attack you. They do the same thing on the phones. They try and get you angry on the phones and get you shouting or raise your voice so then they can be like, stop raising your voice, and then hang up on you. And when they can't do that, they're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Pap, I'm just going to they don't do their jobs. Literally, you can report... what was it? I reported 2 NHS members I caught having sex while I was being treated at the Hadrian Clinic in Newcastle in the disabled toilets. A fat, purple-haired, middle-aged metha and some bald pharmacist with glasses. I think his name was Malcolm. I'm not sure. I don't remember her name. But literally, I'm going to the toilet in the middle of the night and literally catch 2 members of the NHS having sex in the toilets while they're supposed to be looking after the patients. And you know, once I've got better mentally and I'm now okay, I thought I'd best deal with that. So I rang the police to advise them about it. And they're like, oh, it's not a crime. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a crime? It's indecent exposure and medical negligence. And they hung up on me. They literally hung up on me. Now, reverse it. Instead of it being a male-only ward, imagine it was a female-only ward, and a male did that. They then would have investigated it, because there would have been a suggestion of coercive control over females, or sexual violence against the female, or something. But because it was a male ward, it doesn't matter, apparently. So these people were literally getting paid by the taxpayers to have sex in a disabled toilet, instead of looking after their mentally disabled patients. A carer and the pharmacist, the only 2 members of staff on duty on the entire ward, were in the disabled toilet having sex, getting banged against the bath. And I needed a piss and couldn't go to the fucking toilet. And the police said that apparently it wasn't a crime. So 2 members of the NHS showed me their genitals because they didn't lock the door was open, and people walk in to go to the toilet. Like, it's almost like they wanted to get caught, if that makes sense. And so I did catch them, and I saw 2 members of the NHS's genitals, a carer's fucking saggy vagina, and a bald man's small penis. And, yeah, that's a crime. But nothing was done. And so I spoke to the NHS about it, actually. I rang them, and they're like, we can't deal with anything unless it was in the last 12 months. Because I was speaking to the Quality Care Commissioner, who's literally the ombudsman for the NHS mental health sector. And they said, we can't deal with anything unless it's in the last 12 months. And I'm like, but Everyone coming in out of the mental health wards is so mentally unwell. Like, they don't have the capability to deal with their complaints until they become better. Which is usually always after 12 months. Do you know to recover from psychosis takes 10 years? So how the fuck could they expect someone who was in psychosis to deal with all their complaints within 12 months? So it makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Those guys are going to go see the first aid. He's saying, don't give it to him whilst beating his chest.
I'm all for it, police. I think they got to do their job, but see what I've seen on there?
Yeah, I agree the police have got to do their job. I'm fine with the police doing their job. I'm just not alright with them using unreasonable force because it provokes members of the public into reaction and it escalates the situation. And then they try and claim you guys are the bad guys. When it's because literally a member of the police violently assaults a member of the public, defends themselves, and then they all make out the public are the bad guys. It's just a load of shite. It's a load of shit.
Come for you, that's nothing else. Like, it's shocking.
Shocking.
A lot of people was getting hit on that side. The reason being is they sandwiched everyone in the corner together. It wasn't letting no one through.
Yeah.
So what happened is everyone got pinned together. And this escalated because people panicked.
Right.
Instead of keeping it calm.
It escalated because the police officer hit people with metal poles. And then it escalated. That's why. I knew what I saw. That's what I saw.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Right, that's what the majority of us want.
Yeah.
People panicked.
So guys, tensions are rising. Maybe the alcohol, who knows, but it's calmed down a bit. But look at that, guys. What are we saying?
Was it live or YouTube?
No, it's YouTube.
Maybe one day, huh, Wes? Maybe one day. Hey, Wes, if you're watching this, mate, I'm still... I haven't checked back about that debate. If you do want me for the debate, political debate, although I will be very shy, a very nervous Norris, right? Just message me, mate. I'm in your Discord. Clown Zone's got my Discord. Just get them to message me. I'm up for it. I don't keep an eye on it every day, but you asked if I'd be up for a political debate, and of course I would. Absolutely, of course I would.
So guys, the guy's raising the England flag. Whoa! He's flying the flag. So let's move back. Let's move back a bit. Flying his flag in front of the officer. Can't blind him. He's calling him a sausage. It's really unpredictable at the minute. People are, agitating the police. They're getting very close. But I think so far they're trying to just make sure no one gets over this last line of defence because you have the counter-protesters there who are going to be there for quite some time. But at the minute, just too many people have come today. Not enough space for the amount of people. These sort of things can cause like stampedes. You just never know.
Now, people want to be dispersed, but they also want the opportunity to go and join with the information.
Hi guys, it seems like some of the lefty lot are leaving by the looks of it, and people have come down this side. We'll have a look, see what's going on. But there is a bit of a crowd that's come to this point. Let's have a look.
They can't stop us. It's about 1,000 of us, 10 of them, yeah? And they're going to put all over
the way...
isn't it?
Yeah.
You Southerners need to start pronouncing your THs. It's 1,000, not 1,000. It makes me laugh, honestly. Thousands of them. Thousands. Thousands. Geordies are just as bad, to be fair. Thousands. Geordies also... Thousands. Whereas the Southerner says thousands. But in proper English, it would be thousands.
There is a bit of a crowd that's come to this point. Let's have a look.
They can't stop us. It's about 1,000 of us.
It's about 1,000 of us.
10 of them, yeah? And they're going to put all over the news. It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I watch on YouTube.
Thanks a lot, thanks a lot. Cheers, buddy. All right, so we are here, guys. Seems like something has happened. Well, how come people are here on this side? That means some people must have infiltrated on this side, no?
The people have got around all over the place.
Yeah.
And Antifa have got Trafalgar Square.
Right.
Why have they given them Trafalgar Square and not let us all have Whitehall and Trafalgar Square?
But from what I can see from this position, there's counter-protesters still there. But you see like a Welsh flag. He sounds like he's from the north, so they must have got a lot of officers from everywhere today to police this. This is what happens when you underfund the police.
I said the same thing. The Tories took out 20,000 officers, tried to replace them with 20,000 community officers who weren't trained and aren't paid and don't have any experience. So we ended up falling into a lawless society. And unfortunately for the police, they've been playing catch up ever since. Because it's not that crime stopped. It's not that crime got better. It's that their ability to deal with it was like halved because of the Tories. And now all of that is going to be laid at the feet of Labour as their fault.
But yeah, wow. Check this out. Oh, is it? You're dragging him? Oh!
Hey, where's the Where's the name? I pushed you into a lady. I had to fucking calm it down.
How did you end up here?
Walking. They won't let us through. The police are basically...
So you blocked that side, right.
To get the media footage that they need to make us right with activists.
Right, okay. So by the sounds of it, a lot of people ran round and then the police have blocked that side as well. So there's almost like two lines of defence here. Obviously just behind us is Trafalgar Square, just down there. So I don't know what's going to happen, but right now the police are massively outnumbered. If all the people went to one place at one time, I don't know what is going to happen currently. So guys, thirsty work, all this protesting, got a couple of the lads sinking a few pints. They've had enough.
That's what the police need. Some Sherlock Holmes. That's what they bloody need. If watching the Sherlock Holmes series, every series ever made, has taught me anything, it's that the police are not as good as they think they are. And it is the brains of specialists in their fields who unlock and close cases. So, fingerprints, computer forensics, biological forensics at murder scenes, that sort of thing. These are the people who close and solve cases. Your average bog standard police officer is nothing but a pen pusher, but instead of a pen, he's trying to push law. But most of them don't even understand the law and end up breaking it.
And they've gone to the pub. So pub it is for some people, the Sherlock Holmes. Hi guys, we just entered here. Oh, don't tell me they're blocking off this side as well. So we're in Trafalgar Square now, guys, and more police have come. Wow, it just shows you how big this protest has been. Paramedics are here, no one's there, that's good.
That is good.
But yeah, so many people have actually come out today. Incredible. We will talk to some of them very, very soon. But everyone's still down at Whitehall, down the street. That's completely packed. You saw the scenes there. But here as well, look at it. Still a lot of people. We haven't managed to get to the counter-protesters. They are very, very outnumbered. I don't know how they're going to get out.
Bloody trees in London. I bet you don't see many of them.
But we will try to talk to them one way or another. We will try to hear their opinions on Charlie Kirk. You hear online what they say about, the Charlie Kirk and his death. But let's see what is happening here.
The police are trying to make everyone agitated.
Agitators, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. They'll agitate you so that once you react, they then have the grounds to do what they want. That's what they want. They do the same thing on the telephones. They will try and antagonise you and aggravate you and provoke you into a reaction rather than do their jobs. Yeah.
Wow.
They need to de-escalate.
This is absolute...
There are reasons for it, including, as Wesley just said, underfunding. But it's not the victim of crime's fault that the police are underfunded. And the police make the victim of crime as the reason and the fault.
Trafalgar Square takeover at the minute. Something's happening. I see an Antifa flag, anti-fascist. These are the people that murdered Charlie Kirk. This is the group, guys. Militant far left are here. They're getting moved out.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think Charlie Kirk's killer, right? It's been long enough that I can start coming up with theories, right? I know you shouldn't do it immediately afterwards. It's been over a week now, so I can come up with a theory. So, he was obviously homosexual, right? Which there's nothing wrong with. I've got no problem with gay people whatsoever. But the partner he fell for was this furry guy who was into the trans thing, right? And so that guy has obviously brainwashed him with his ideology and either personally convinced him to hate Charlie Kirk or has, as a result, ended up hating Charlie Kirk because of the ideology of his new boyfriend, and because he wanted to, keep this happy relationship going and remove hate from the world. He kind of thought that would be a good thing, probably, and was a bit psychotic. Probably took some drugs, maybe some LSD or some magic mushrooms or some other drugs he couldn't handle, and decided he was going to kill Charlie Kirk. So I don't actually believe it had anything to do with Antifa or the far left. Although you can argue it was a far left because it was, trans thing. But I don't see the far left and trans as the same thing. I know all you lot do, and I do agree that the trans ideology infected the left. I agree. The same as Nazism infected the right. It isn't what defined it. It infected it, didn't it? You as the right wing still have some Nazis within the group, very small amounts, But you'll once in a while hear about someone who's got like a Swatch sticker on their wall, and they've got Hitler's book, and they don't like the Jews, that sort of thing. We do still have Nazis, unfortunately. They're just a very small minority, but they're always there's no such thing as a left wing Nazi, but there's no such thing as right wing trans, as far as I'm aware. But there is right wing homosexuals, and gay rights is a left wing thing. So I always wonder, how do people on the right who are homosexual reconcile the fact that gay people being treated as equal to homosexuals is a left-wing policy? I don't understand how they deal with that, personally. So I can kind of guess where you could think that Antifa are to blame for Charlie Kirk's murder, but personally, I think it's more to do with trans ideology. And this killer was convinced that Charlie Kirk was preaching hate rather than standing up for what he believed, which was essentially religious fundamentalism. And I stand up for what I believe in, even though it offends people. I'm no different to Charlie Kirk in that regard. So it's just people like him a lot more than me. That's fine. Can change that.
They're getting moved out. They're getting moved out. Wow. Here we go. Antifa in the middle of us. We have AY Audits. He's live. He's here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So these people very aggressive. Got their masks on.
He doesn't know. This guy here, at least you don't have your mask on. Well done, sir. These people with their masks on, you are cowards. Absolute cowards.
Let's have a look.
Literally, if you don't even have the pride and confidence to show your face behind what you're protesting, like, you're a coward, aren't you? You're a spineless, weak coward. Like, you don't even believe your face should be behind what you're saying, but you expect everyone else to believe it?
Pushing and shoving. Pushing and shoving. Pushing and shoving is going on. Antifa versus the Patriot. We have a crusader. He's here.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake, man.
They have no idea what they're standing for. They have no idea what is at stake for what they're fighting for. They have no idea.
He's drunk.
Here we go. We have the crowd here. Freedom for Palestine. They will not support the country. They are here. Yeah, guys, it's all happening around me. Sticks are getting lobbed. Wow, guys, it's all happening. There's beers getting thrown. Beers getting thrown. Oh, tinnies everywhere. But a female officer looks quite scared. Well, guys, currently they are locked in. So what I can see here, you have protesters there, protesters here, and then you have more stand-up to racism on the far side.
Very good,
What have you seen so far?
What I've seen so far, unfortunately, the police just seem to be pushing us back and then allowing them to push on us.
Okay.
It's crazy. And then they're throwing fireworks.
Turn around.
But you do have to remember that the government is left-wing. Like, Keir Starmer is, in his own identity, left-wing. That's why he supported trans rights over women's rights. That's why he cares more about the migrants than he cares about your pride in your country. So the government is going to try and enforce their left-wing ideology on you lot and protect them, which is what they're doing with the police. So they're using the police to protect left-wing protesters and make the right-wing out to be the enemy, essentially. And I, as a centrist, can sit here and see it. But you know, if you're involved in the brainwashing, you don't see it. You'll see them as the enemy and you as standing up for your country. Or if you were Antifa or whoever the fuck they are. I don't think they're all Antifa, but maybe they are. If you're Antifa, you'll be thinking they're just racist fascists, right? I'm just standing up for what's right. And the police are just following orders. And the orders are from the government is to protect the left wing.
The horse are coming in.
This is the world we live in. Whole load of people lying.
They're throwing sticks at the horses.
Oh, don't throw sticks at the horses, man.
What is going on? The horses are here. What is going on here?
It's a show of force. Because they were outnumbered by probably about 10 to 1 officers, they had to come in with somehow a symbol of how they actually have more power than you lot. And by coming in with, what, five horses? I think that is? 6 horses, right? It instantly makes you all pay attention. Instantly. It's all psychological, my friends. It's all psychological what they're doing to you here.
Guys, this is absolutely super random at the minute.
Just don't hurt the horses, man. Fuck's sake, leave the horses alone.
The horses are chilling, and people are...
Hold on to what you're doing.
We're here, guys. It is all starting. Right, guys, look at the scenes.
I got no idea why you lot cheered Tommy Robinson's name. He's literally used all the money you lot have given him to go to Colombia and buy loads of cocaine. Got deported to some other country because they don't want foreign criminals, Colombia. And then he got deported from that country because they didn't want violent criminals in their country, right? And Tommy Robinson also nearly got them grooming gang rapists off with their charges because of his contempt of court. I really don't understand how all you men are cheering on the name of a man who nearly got some rapists off with their charges. Like, how brainwashed do you have to be? Have you ever cheered David Attenborough's name that way? Oh, but you cheer someone who nearly got some rapists off with their charge that way. Who used all his donations from his followers to fund his drug addiction. All right, okay. All right. You're going to cheer his name.
Finally, we've got all the Stand for Racism protesters. Whoa, glass is getting thrown.
There's some horse shit that the police need to clean up.
Out the horses. The horses are getting all sorts thrown at them. Whoa.
Horse nearly slipped on its own shit there. Seen that? That horse could have had its career ended because of that. Watch. It backs up and nearly slips. There, it could have slipped on its own shit, literally. Lucky it's not wet, really.
It's all happening right now, guys. We have all the protesters here, Stand to Racism, Stop the Far Right. But look at this here. We are behind the lines at the minute. They've got the horses. The horses are getting quite agitated, as you can see right here. The police line are blocking everyone here.
Mate, this is one angry mob.
Yeah, they're saying it's going to end well.
This is not going to end well at all.
No. Police are in. What is going on here, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses.
I thought it was 6.
Stand on that side, please. Everyone this side's going to be that way, please.
Stand
that side of the horses, please. Yeah, please. Stand that side of the horses.
That police officer's been very reasonable and polite. Using his manners. Saying, please. Very good, sir. Well done. You are a good example.
I don't want to be either side, that's the problem. I don't want to be either side.
What's the number?
I don't want to be either.
2144. EGCE Echo Golf Charlie Echo. He was really polite. Used his manners, saying his pleases, and I'm guessing he would have said his thank yous. You need more officers like him. who show manners and respect to the British public. Because I've been saying a lot of shit about you guys, so I also have to be fair and say when someone does really good, and I really like that. It's very rare you see police officers give members of the public the respect they deserve. Because unfortunately they're all brainwashed and trained to treat everyone like criminals. So even when they're dealing with innocent members of the public, they're treating them like some violent criminal, because that's what they're trained to do. And usually they don't have the mental capacity to overcome that and treat them with civility.
The problem. I don't want to be either side ever this now.
Start moving up the street, please, everybody. Start going that way, then start walking for us. It'll be a lot easier. I can't push everyone behind me. It's not, but I'm going to let me go through. You do it then. Gents, ladies, start going that way. If you identify us that direction.
Hey, what are your thoughts on all this? What do you think? What do you think of this? They've come so close.
I think he said very sad.
Yesterday, how is that even possible? Too many people.
I have
no idea.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the honest truth, sir. You asked me a question, I ain't got an answer for you.
He called him sir. I also like that. I can't see your badge number, but you called him sir. You showed some respect to the British public, to a member of the British public. Very good, sir. You deserve a commendation as well. This is how the police should be treating members of the public. You shouldn't be hitting us with metal poles. You should be saying sir, pleases, and thank yous. Alright? We pay your fucking wages.
It's alright. No one's got an answer.
I know this one. That's all we got.
And are you London Met? Are you from...
I'm Met.
Right.
Haringey.
I've seen officers from Newcastle today. The police are quite stretched for today, are they?
Up the tune! I see.
You tell me.
Looks like it.
Your opinion, mate. It's entirely up to you with your opinion on that one.
It looks like it.
He's not allowed to give his opinion, Wes, because the police have to remain impartial. So even though he actually really wants to give his opinion, I can tell you from his voice and his eyes, he really wants to give you his opinion. He can't. It would cost him his job, mate, unfortunately.
A favour, if that thing goes, get out of the way.
I will.
Because if you don't, I'm going over the top of you again.
I'm following you.
I'm going that way, mate.
Guys on the phone.
See? He's even told you what's going to happen if something kicks off to try and avoid you from being hurt. I think that's really good. It's very rare I get to see good police work. Very rare. That's good.
What's look at that, guys? You got Nelson's column just behind him. Look at that first sight.
My entire life experience with the police has literally been persecution, discrimination, false arrest, false charge, false conviction, human rights abuse, mental, emotional and physical torture from detainment under the Mental Health Act as a result of their failures and negligence. Like, that has been my entire life experience with the police. I'm not some criminal. You know, I've never been convicted of any other crime, just charged the one time when I was actually the victim of the crime, and I've proved that. Like, I was shown the level of respect that they treat to, like, a heroin addict or heroin dealer or violent rapist. That's the level of respect I was shown instead of that level of respect. I've never been called sir from a police officer. Never. Let alone have they ever said please to me. But I always use my manners for them. You see what I mean? It's a fucking joke. This is why some people will literally turn up to court in a suit, right? Because the court will treat you differently. Because unfortunately, the legal system treats a beggar differently to a banker. Because a banker can legally afford to defend himself, a beggar can't. So they'll do what the fuck they want to the beggar, and they'll not do anything they can to the banker unless they have to. Like, it's discrimination. People judge by your clothes. They'll judge by your appearance. And when they unfortunately arrested me, I was suffering from severe sciatic nerve damage. So I looked like a drug addict cripple, essentially. So they treated me like some sort of smackhead. I've never had heroin in my life. I've never been a violent criminal. But they treated me with violence. It's a disgrace. Like, they literally, I'm sorry, you police. I don't think you understand. You owe me millions of pounds in compensation. Millions. And I'm not even joking. I've already handed in the evidence, so you can choose to ignore it, but it's just adding to your crimes.
I've been kicking. So guys, we're here. It's all come to a bit of a standstill. You don't know where Antifa is. Actually, we can see them there still in.
And I know you all watch videos, because you have to check in case there's national threats for security. So you can guarantee at least one of my views on YouTube is Northumberland Police or some police officer checking to see if I'm a threat to national security, when no, you guys, the police, have been the threat to national security for not doing your jobs properly. And the government has caused this national security issue by allowing the courts to be so shit, they're so backlogged. And instead of building more prisons and convicting more criminals, you're charging less people and making it harder to give prison sentences. It's just like, it's almost like you want crime in this country.
In the middle, we're going to continue moving, guys. There's two packed here, jam-packed, like sardines. No one can move at the minute.
You come up with some corker southern phrases, I tell you. You must have come from somewhere near Surrey, or been raised somewhere near Surrey. I was raised near Guildford, Wes, in a place called Cranley. And you sound so close to home from where I grew up that I would say you have to be Sussex or close to Surrey or southeast. It has to be southeast. You have to have been raised in the southeast because you sound like how I used to sound.
Wow.
Before the Geordies corrupted me.
Hello again, Sunil.
Hello, we're back again.
Everyone's looking on this side, no one's looking on the other side.
Yeah. Let me just show you here. You can really get an idea of this crowd, guys. There's loads of people, thousands just behind us. Look at that. Whole of Trafalgar Square is taken over. How are we doing? Got this lady here. Look at this. Got all the police here. Police lines covering it. Horse poo everywhere. It is an immense amount of people. Look at that. Get out! Move back!
Nothing wrong. We have nothing wrong. We're getting pushed. We're getting pushed.
Oh my God, guys, it's absolutely jam-packed at the minute, guys. I thought it was going to end in a stampede. We've got officers here just literally pushing everyone. We've still got the Antifa down there. We get arrested for that, mate. I love bacon. You're not allowed to use that. How come you joined today's protest? Why did you come?
Because England needs to stand up to the Muslims and all the invaders taking over Europe. You know, it's not just happening in England, it's all over Europe.
How do you feel?
You know, I don't understand, right? How come all you lot have such a problem with Muslims? Now, don't get me wrong, there are extremist Muslims in the world who I have a massive problem with because they think it's okay to kill their own God's creation, Allah, and they think Allah made mistakes in creation and that they're going to fix them. And that somehow a human knew better than Allah, and that they're going to believe that human over Allah and correct Allah's mistakes in creation. That's what annoys me about some Muslims. Christians are the same. How can you think you know better than your own God? Like, if you believe in God, surely God created everything, right, and didn't make mistakes. God doesn't make mistakes, right? So why would you lot think you know better than God and that you need to fix things or correct things? Surely you would just allow whatever was going to happen because it would be God's will. Instead, you try and go and kill someone and claim it was God's will and that you were acting for God when you didn't act for God. You killed God's creation and thought you knew better than God and were going to correct the mistake. But anyway, the point is, you know how Islam's a foreign religion? You just do realise that Christianity is a foreign religion. It was brought over by the Romans. Before that, we were pagans. You know, Stonehenge was not built by Christians, was it? Think about it. Just think about it, right? How old is Stonehenge? Let me just check. I'm sure it's 5,000, 4,000 years. How old is Stonehenge? 5,000 years old, okay? So Stonehenge is 5,000 years old. How old is Christianity? 2,000 years, as we all know. So, for 3,000 years, this country was pagan. When did England adapt Christianity? Adapt. Wasn't created here, right? 597 AD. So England, right? Britain has been Christian for 1,400 years. But it was pagan for like 10,000 years. So we had these foreign invaders, the Romans, come over and force their religion on us by killing us, just like the Muslims have been doing, by the way. But you don't have a problem with the Christians. Oh no, it's okay for the Christians to do it. Oh no. It's okay for a bunch of Christians in Ireland to kill 800 babies and put them in a septic tank and hide it all. Oh no, Christianity is not evil. Oh no, it's not a foreign religion. England is Christian. No, we are a pagan country. You're thick. Why do you think we like dogs so much, horses so much, animals, flowers and trees and nature? Why do you think that? It's because we're pagans. We're pantheists. We worship nature. That's why we love dogs. That's why we love animals. That's why we like nature. We've just sent someone to prison for fucking cutting down a tree. I rest my case. I rest my case. Muslims and Christians are the exact same thing. It's the same coin seen from different sides. It is Judaism from the Romans' perspective and Judaism from the Arabic people's perspective. That's all it is. It's corrupted pantheism. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, honestly, I don't understand how you lot think it's okay for Muslims not to be okay doing something, but you think Christians were alright doing it. Literally, Christians have come over here, killed millions and millions of people, and children and babies, and you all think they're fine. It's a foreign religion.
Good about guys like Mohammed Shah Jahan got let out. He plotted to blow up the London Stock Exchange. Harun Asma, 7/7 bomber. These guys are getting released on our streets. How do you feel about that?
Stay in prison, locked up forever, and then deported back to where he comes from.
Yeah,
definitely.
So the answer is remigration, deportation.
Yes, deportation. Deport the lot, mate.
What happened?
Look, done nothing, mate. Went to the front, done nothing.
Well, guys, people have been pepper sprayed. It's all been happening. All a bit of a mess so far, really unorganised. But let's go and see what's happening with Antifa. So, guys, you see the Antifa crowds. They're covered in black, head to toe, face masks on, umbrellas for days here. All got their sunglasses on. I don't know if any of them will say anything. What do you think about Charlie Kirk dying? What do you think about Charlie Kirk dying?
Well, my personal opinion is that if you spread hatred and division and violence, you reap what you sow.
Yeah, so spreading hatred. So I never actually saw Charlie Kirk spread hatred, but I did hear him say things that people would be so insulted or offended by that they would think it was hate. So when I go around calling Christianity a satanic death cult, because it very much is by the definition, Christians would get offended by that and think I hate Christians. I don't hate Christians. I don't even hate Christianity. I hate the lies Christianity preaches about Jesus because he was Jewish, not Christian, right? I am a master of truth, right? It doesn't matter what it is, truth reigns supreme. I'm an agnostic atheist who believes in multiple possibilities. So I am forever seeking truth. I am forever seeking mistakes to correct with truth. And so for Christians to sit here and try and whinge about Muslims coming over and try to influence us with their religion, like, that's what Christianity did. Like, they're a bunch of hypocrites. And then they don't understand that, like, they don't actually represent Jesus and what he preached and what he taught. Because the guy was Jewish. He also, by the way, wanted women to be treated more equally within the church and religion. And that was frowned upon by others. Which means he was in favour of women's rights. Which, by the way, is a left-wing policy. So, if Jesus was alive today, he would approve of women's rights, right? Which is a left-wing policy. Now, that wouldn't have made him left-wing, but it's arguable he would have been a left-wing guy. So I find it also very difficult to see a right-wing Christian, because Jesus himself would have been left-wing. I'm a centrist, right? So I've got no benefit on either side here. But if I had to think which political spectrum would Jesus fall under, well, he wanted equality. I am God's son, we are all God's children. He wanted women to be treated more equally within society, left-wing policy. He tried to help disabled and sick people, left-wing policy. Like, It seems to me like the right-wing Christians don't seem to understand Jesus was left-wing, but Antifa are not left-wing. They are far left extremists. They're the sort of people who will throw tins of soup on a Van Gogh painting because there's some oil being dug out the ground. They're the sort of people who will glue themselves to the road and stop someone getting to hospital in an ambulance because they don't like petrol cars. Like you've got the right wing, which you could argue is these guys here, with the British flags and that. But the far right would be like Andrew Tate, Hitler, Mussolini. Because Andrew Tate doesn't think women should have rights. He doesn't think they should have the right to vote. So he's a far right extremist, okay? But a far left extremist is someone who's willing to do extremist acts because of their left wing ideology. Like throwing paint on famous paintings, gluing yourself to the roads. So you guys aren't far right, just for having this protest here. If you started vandalising the shops and setting fire to businesses or graffitiing, you become the far right. But as long as you're not committing extremist acts or far acts, extreme acts, you can't be considered an extremist, ever. The only way you can become an extremist is when you commit an extreme act. So you lot aren't the far right, and I know Antifa are the far left, but they haven't actually done anything extremist yet. So I can't call them a group of extremists yet. But I have seen what they did in France yesterday, and that was extremist.
They won't even let him talk to you. You wanted to say that it's okay. He specifically said that gun deaths are acceptable as part of the Second Amendment. So I'm anti-violence, but he asked for it.
So you think he deserved it?
I think that's a harsh thing to say. I think he knows what he's doing with his words. And he's getting violent.
He has nail polish on. He has turquoise nail polish on. How am I supposed to take anything he says seriously? Look. Look. He has turquoise nail polish on. Oh dear me. That's it. I'm not taking anything he says seriously. I'm sorry.
Does words deserve violence though?
Yeah, there are. There's not just physical, objective violence.
I'm sorry, but words don't mean violence. No.
The structural violence, which is what keeps genocides going, which is what keeps wars going, that's what keeps people down. And if you advocate for more structural violence against the poor of the world,
I'm just talking about does him just debating on a college campus deserve him to die because he had a different opinion?
I don't think he was killed because he was debating on college campuses. He's sowing hatred. If you've read the words that he said about so many different topics, you'd know that he wouldn't, if someone else on the left was killed, he wouldn't say anything. Multiple Democratic lawmakers were hunted down and murdered, and he didn't say anything.
I think everyone's very humane. When someone dies, I think they'll have empathy as a bare minimum. It seems like...
He's still been making George Floyd jokes 5-6 years later. All the right...
He's got a point. Like, I wasn't going to listen to him because of his turquoise nail polish, but he's right. There are still people making George Floyd jokes years later after his murder. Like, the right wing had no problem mocking the death of a black man in America. That was for sure.
Right wing, they still make George Floyd jokes. They post all this horrible shit when people die that aren't on their side. And then as soon as it's on their side, everyone has to be nice and lovely and peaceful.
I think if someone on the left died, a lot of people would have empathy regardless.
They would.
But that maybe just shows the kind of...
500,000 Palestinians have been killed and they're screaming Palestine.
So guys, you've just seen behind me how the Antifa have reacted to...
Today, Britain, amongst other countries, is going to announce recognising Palestine as an official state. Today, Palestine will be recognised as an official state. And I guarantee you, America and Israel are going to kick the fuck off. They're going to try and cause World War III. Guarantee it.
Charlie Kirk's there. Just behind me, you can see the amount of people that are still in Trafalgar Square. Hundreds of thousands. They're on Nelson's column. It is completely flooded here. I don't know how these...
I would have respected that man far more if he didn't have women's nail polish on.
Not going to get out. They have like a ring of officers to the left.
Fucking turquoise nail polish. Fuck's sake.
Left or the right. But in general, guys, wow, I don't know what is going to happen. Come on! Come on!
She finds him attractive. I don't think you women realise how obvious you are. Like, you enjoyed touching him there. I could tell you enjoy... You're enjoying touching him there.
Come on!
And then you looked at the camera. Because you knew someone out there like me would see that. An actual man who knows women. I've got a daughter, I know. You enjoyed touching his chest there, lady. Yeah. Your legs even went numb and you swayed a bit. Look.
It's gonna happen. Come on! Come on!
At least your animal instincts are there. Some people no longer have any.
You fuck. That one. Bollocks. Face 10. Turn round. Oh, you turn round to them. I love you. That's right, isn't it? Turn round to them.
Wes his biggest fan. I love you, Wes. I'm your biggest fan.
Alright, so the police line is literally taking over this part. You can't go through the other side currently.
I do love you, Wes, by the way. You're great. Fucking, you're a great journalist. I think you're the best journalist I've seen in modern times, to be fair, because I like raw footage. I don't need to see some idiot in a suit sitting at a desk in a well-ventilated office talking about things they've never experienced in their life. Like, this is what you want. You want someone on the ground. Raw footage with the people at the scene. That's what you need. That's real journalism, that is. Real journalism.
But you got all these lot here.
No lies, no fake bullshit. Although people might try and twist the narrative when they're speaking to you, or you might see things differently to the way I or other people see it. But it's raw footage. It's raw footage with the people there, you know? It's not edited. It's not clipped. It's raw.
All these here. And then it's time to race them. We're getting paid by the hour. What's happening?
Yeah, good man. Yeah.
How's the aiming so far?
Yeah, good. Yeah. We're just talking to this police officer. He's actually quite, well mannered. We're just talking.
There are some decent police officers there. That's the thing. It really annoys me because the good ones get a bad name because they're like the ones earlier, you know, like hitting members of the public with metal poles who did nothing wrong. Like, there's lots of good police officers out there, and they don't get promoted. They don't get, you know, they get shat on by the other people. Like their superiors shit on them.
Back to us, yeah. Reasonable as well. Give us an unbiased opinion.
Yeah, how do you feel about the kind of counter-protesters being here? The message open borders, you know.
Yeah, it's... Well, we know that this typical group, you know what I mean, they attend all these and they seem to just say the same thing and yeah, we don't agree with them at all, you know. We think that, to be fair, they've just been a subject to the Marxist system and been, like, indoctrinated by the education system, really, you know.
But haven't we all? Haven't we all, sir? Like, any time you hear the word God, I bet you associate it with Christianity, even though it's a Germanic word from paganism and pagan societies that meant to tribute and gift. And it was in regards to nature. You would tribute nature or honour nature or something to try and get a reaction from it, right? So literally the word God comes from Germanic paganism societies, but you won't know that. Anytime you hear the word Santa Claus, you'll think of a man in a big red suit with a big white beard who goes ho ho ho. But that's what literally a private company, Coca-Cola, did. Before that, he had a green suit and he wasn't fat, right? So you're brainwashed by Coca-Cola, so am I, right? We're both brainwashed. All of us are brainwashed. I know it's easy to look at other people and be like, oh, they're just brainwashed. But you need to understand the fundamental fact we all are brainwashed. Every last human is brainwashed about something. Every last human. There are no exceptions. We all believe something to be true in reality that is not true. Every last one of us. And anyone who denies that, it's a delusion. So there you go.
All the way from school up to universities now, so yeah. But end of the day, like I was saying here, obviously it's an information war. We need to talk, spread the message.
I think you would be better off renting out a hall, like, and having a debate, a left versus right wing debate. Like, why do you just need to do this on the streets? You could rent out town halls and community halls or function rooms at hotels and have a proper adult political debate. Because if the government is not willing to have these debates, the people will. And it's all well and good doing it on Facebook and things, but you get your community bans and people get all arsey, they block people and all that sort of shit. What we need is a public debating political forum in every town hall, every city hall, every fucking week. Left versus right versus centrist. People debating things. That's what we need. We all try and talk about this stuff on the streets rather than in rooms at desks professionally. And that's what we need to do.
And reasonably.
Sure, but they're coming in face masks. I don't think they can talk if they wanted to. They've got their...
No, they never seem to. It seems to be chance, masked up. They never want to...
But actually, that might be a recipe for disaster. Start left and right wing, Royal Rumble. Nigel Farage with the clothesline.
Communicate in a reasonable debate, you know, it's the same old every time. They're just unreasonable people.
It's about to tip it down, gonna get some cover, and then we'll join back in a bit. Looks like it's about to piss it down. Don't know what people are gonna do, but it is starting to rain a lot. Let's get under some cover.
Currently at 2 hours 11 minutes for this video, and we've still got another 20 minutes to go.
It is tipping it down, guys. We're getting in.
Welcome to Britain, baby.
They're moving them back, tell them to move. Whoa! They are pushing everyone back.
Let's have a look at the end of the video.
Oh, I know. They're fighting it back. They're fighting back. Push it back. Push it back. Push it back. Push it. They are pushing. Where's it going? We're fighting in the rain. It's not going to end well, guys.
Right, so the rest of the video is...
He's vaping. A lot of pushing and shoving though.
Pushing and shoving.
Oh, he's getting told to get back.
We'll let this woman say what she wants to say. I'm going to skip ahead. So I do apologise, Wesley, for not reacting to the entire video, but I've got an hour and 12 minutes of reactions to your hour video. And if I go on for another 20 minutes, it'll be a 2 hour, 40 minute video, 2.5 hour video. And I feel that's probably too long for my viewers. 2 hours is already too long for a lot of them. Most of them tune out after a few minutes. So, I'm going to let each person who has something to say it, and react to that, and skip the rest, alright? Apologies.
Together, because, you know, they're very divisive right now. How can we do that?
We can't. Yeah. Unless we talk.
Smart lady. Smart lady. The only way to stop this violence is by talking about it, and ending it with talking. Correct. Who's next? This gentleman.
Well, what do you think the police are trying to do now, though? You got the two sides.
The police are trying to antagonise. They're standing there. They're left. We're standing here. Who did they antagonise? They're coming in.
What do you think they're trying to like protect them in case something happens?
Of course, that's what
do you think it's necessary?
Look, why don't they do to us what they do to us? What they do to them? They won't. They won't. They know what they're doing.
Okay.
No, we're always the bad, and that's the way it's going to be.
Right. So guys, people are feeling it's really unfair what's been going on at the minute. A lot of pushing, as you've seen. Really at kind of a stalemate at the minute. Nothing is moving.
You've got Palestine down there, you've got Antifa over there. We're literally surrounded at this point. But no doubt, it's been a good event all out. Obviously still going on.
But do you think everyone was like the catalyst to get more people out on the street, or?
Oh yeah, for sure. Can only imagine what tomorrow's going to be like in Epping. Obviously we have a protest planned tomorrow.
So far today, guys, it's been virtually impossible to hear from both sides. You see the police line, the other side are a big gap apart now. Even quite surprised that everyone actually managed to get here in the first place. This doesn't usually happen. The police tend to do a better job, but today it's been crazy. Look at this, guys, all having a little party.
So that's the end of the stream for me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Wesley, for the content. I hope them police officers lose their jobs, and I hope that 3 officers who... The one gentleman who used reasonable force to get the man off the road, while his other colleague violently assaulted him with a metal pole from behind, you coward. And then... So he gets a commendation, the one who used reasonable force. The other 2 who gets a commendation, the man in the hard hat, blue badge I think, said he used his manners, he used his thank yous, he was very polite. And the other officer who called the member of the public sir, you also get a commendation for being polite and decent to respectable members of the public and not treating everyone like a criminal around you. So... although I have obviously pointed out some bad people, I've tried to point out some good people. I'm trying to be fair, right? I try to be fair with everyone. So, although I've got a lot of issues with the police, and they owe me millions of pounds in compensation, and my daughter hundreds of thousands of pounds in compensation, and they literally need to issue a public apology for what they've done to people like me. And yeah, I know they'd rather just hide the crimes. And I get that. It doesn't stop the fact that they have to still address new crimes every day, and they're going to try and ignore the crimes they have committed. But it's not going to work because the evidence is already sat on their systems. So, I don't think they realise, like, the situation they're in personally. But yeah. It's interesting because you guys on the left and you guys on the right, if you cared so much... why don't you just, like, split the bill for a town hall or a city hall and have a public political debate rather than allowing TV companies to control it, like ITV and GB News and BBC, who have their own political biased agenda? Why don't we, the people, have, like, this people's assembly that basically anyone can go and debate at, as long as they are... non-abusive, you know, you don't insult people, you don't do personal insults, and it's a neutral interest in the people. It's the people's neutral interest in what's best for us. So we need to discuss what's right and what's left to find out what's best, right? We all need to discuss it. And instead of protesting on the streets and waving flags and throwing bottles at each other, wasting the police's time, you could all just, you know, go to a town hall and talk to each other like adults. What you do is you ban alcohol from the venue. You ban alcohol. There are no narcotics allowed there. You know, no narcotics, no alcohol. And you have to be smartly dressed. There's no fucking jeans and trackies. You have to go in formal wear, you know, like pants and a shirt and dress shoes, right? And we call it the People's Assembly. It's rather simple, you guys. I know you think that's a stupid idea, probably, but that's how government began. And if the government isn't doing the job, we need to form a system that we can enforce the people's will on the government. Because if they're not listening, we have to form a consensus ourselves and then demand they do that. So we get everyone's opinion in the political assembly. You know, any member of the public can join. Doesn't matter who you are. It's a non-profit. It'll be a non-profit thing, you know. It's not even... I'm going to have to set this up, aren't I? For fuck's sake. I'm not setting up. I've got better things to do, I'm sorry. But literally, you guys on the left and the right, all you need to do is just rent out some town halls, some village halls, some city halls, or some function rooms at some hotels. And instead of shouting at each other across the street with police in between you, sit in a room... smartly dressed, and don't insult each other, don't verbally abuse each other and harass each other, and listen, and talk, and try and progress this country to a better place than where we're throwing bottles off each other over the police because we disagree. It's a bit pathetic, don't you think? It's a bit pathetic, come on. So thanks very much for watching, have a good one, enjoy your week. Sorry it took so long for part 2. Have a good one, bye-bye.